All right, in this video we'll talk about the triple layer load, which is the hose load that we use for our number 2 discharge on the rear of engine 311. This is a 2.5 inch pre-connect, and for this one we use the triple layer load. As you can see, the positioning of the truck is important. It takes up a lot of space to make sure that we do this well, and we do this really well organized. So getting the hose line organized is what the guys are starting to do first. We want to make sure that it's laid out nice and cleanly, and once again we give ourselves a lot of space to do that. We want to make sure also that the hose is laying as flat as possible, and we start our triple layer by laying the hose out, nozzle all the way towards the end, and where the first fold starts to work is right where the hose line touches the ground off the rear of the truck. So once again, this hose load takes a few hands. Many hands make for light work. So we start by putting the second layer on top of the layer that's on the ground, making sure that it's nice and straight and clean. And then the third layer, the triple layer, that goes on top, and that is the nozzle length of hose. So that's 50 feet and change. That's attached to the nozzle. Once again, trying to keep it nice and neat and organized at this stage here is going to make it a lot easier to load it onto the truck. Okay, so some teamwork here as we load the hose onto the truck. LT Carlisle up at the front end, firefighter Gillette on top of the truck, feeds that up. We've got firefighter Shire helping move the hose, and we move it forward to the hose bed. Keeping it once again as organized as we possibly can, and stacked in 3. This hose load goes all the way to the front of the bed. Firefighter Gillette is making sure that it's nice and tidy up there. And then here on the end, LT Carlisle gets a good bend, nice and neat, tuck that down, and then we just simply fold that next layer on top. Making each other aware when couplings are coming. Nice tight bend on the end there, keeping it organized. And once that hose load is in there nice and neat, you'll find that the nozzle sits on top. And very much like the girth hitch that we use on the large diameter supply line, we put a girth hitch on the nozzle. We go underneath once again so that the stack stays tight to the nozzle. What we don't want it have happen here is when we pull that bit of webbing that the nozzle comes out freely. So we want to make sure that that girth hitch grabs the hose line as well, nice and snug. We pull it a little further forward to the end of the hose bed, pull from the bottom, much like the LDH, and there it is. That's our triple layer hose load. And that's the 2.5 pre-connect on engine 311.